Hi guys, welcome back to another ALGORAND video. Today I'm going to do a discussion about the Litepaper that was recently released on the 30th of March from ALGOMINT. If you have been on some of the exchanges recently, you might have noticed another new token with quite a high TVL, I might add. It's seen as goMINT, so let's jump right in. I wanted to go over kind of what ALGOMINT is, and I am not sponsored by ALGOMINT here or Meld Gold or any of these. These are just things that I just like to point out about what this company actually does and kind of the value that they're bringing to the table and some of their philosophies. So ALGOMINT is very involved. One company basically has 4 different products that they have made available to us here in the ALGORAND ecosystem. They've brought us Go Ethereum and Go Bitcoin, which are the wrapped versions of these other cryptos on the ALGORAND blockchain. Now, this token launch was just the goMINT, the utility token of it, and they also have one of the only non-Ethereum based commodities with a one-to-one backing of a physical commodity. They have Meld Gold to MCAU. So they offer 4 products right now with a whole slew more of products on the way. And this is going to go into how the goMINT launch and this utility token is going to tie into this. So I want to start with their overview here. I basically just made this presentation going through and just kind of rewriting things. But ALGOMINT is the cross-chain liquidity network with the focus on maintaining liquid interoperability while being safe, secure, and optimizing capital efficiency across cross-chain transactions. So at its core, ALGOMINT states that they are a bridge by combining native stable swaps and multi-chain DEX aggregation, which allows anyone to bridge at low-cost access in a dynamic market aggregator. Now, I just wanted to just show you guys what an aggregator is, just a definition. It's a system that allows users to combine cryptocurrency trading platform data from exchanges as a single price feed in real time. So it's a big data collector, and this is where we can see some bots and things like that come from. But this is the idea. It's essentially getting a consolidated amount of data from, well, now ALGORAND has 4 DEXs: Tinyman, AlgoFi, PACT, and HumbleSwap as of recently. So the 4 pillars of ALGOMINT, they talk about bridging, which they are already doing as far as bridging over Bitcoin and Ethereum. These are done through the wrapped assets that they offer us. Aggregation, which is using the range of assets that ALGOMINT will be holding with their minting capabilities every time they mint something that's wrapping a coin, essentially. And arbitrage, so using assets held in the protocol and the native aggregator ALGOMINT works to constantly find arbitrage opportunities, delivering a portion of any gains to the DAO Treasury and retaining a portion to incentivize deposits of specific assets to keep baskets balanced. And then goMINT, of course, is the protocol's native governance token used to manage the ALGOMINT DAO, which also controls the DAO Treasury, which is the sole recipient of all fees generated on the ALGOMINT platform. So, and a note here in page 3, initially ALGOMINT will focus on building functionality between Ethereum, EVM, Helium, Near with Cardano, Solana, and others to follow. So they're already working on many other versions of these Go coins. It's just a matter of time. Baskets. Bridging won't just be mapped from one asset to a Go asset equivalent. Where possible, liquidity will be consolidated where there are multiple like-for-like assets accepted by the bridge. So this is going to be really cool, and the example that they use in the Litepaper is how many versions of US dollar stablecoins we have. So when they talk about like-for-like, they're essentially talking about a basket. They're essentially creating a basket, which is like an index of a bunch of different USD variety stablecoins that we have. So the Tether, USDC, stuff like that. And ALGOMINT claims that this is going to reduce fragmentation and liquidity across a range of assets, and it also provides for additional bridging style options and swapping as an easy path for instant access to anywhere the basket is accepted. So of course that'll just be important on how good it gets rolled out onto these exchanges and how accessible it is to people and how many people notice what this is and understand the value of it. So the goMINT governance will also determine the composition of these underlying assets in the baskets. So for example, if they wanted to say exclude Tether for some reason, that'll be made up in part by this governance decision. So how does the basket work? Again, kind of going into it, GoUSD is what they're going to come out with here relatively soon. And it's essentially going to be a basket of all of these other like-for-like assets where you can essentially just swap in and out of those, super simple, liquid, and their goal being kind of having it on their platform, their one platform. So bridging fees, anytime that assets are minted, this is the bridge. Swapping fees, those are calculated based on the asset being received, basically the one that's being swapped over. And they have a current rating from high, medium, and low liquidity levels, which you'll also notice on some of the other exchanges. Depending on how liquid markets are, you can typically see lower fees with more liquid markets and higher fees with less liquid markets. It's just kind of the nature of it. So and basket balancing incentives. So this is what proportion of UST to USD do I have in here? What percentage of that basket dominance is there? And this is basically all going to be figured out by their aggregators basically. So here's this big word again here, these aggregators. So utilizing the array of assets within the protocol to maximize trading options, the AlgoMINT aggregator will offer the best pricing in the market. And they're doing this because they have the ability to access these. They're creating these bridges. They're creating these links to and from and out of ETH and into Algo and all these different places. And this is going to allow market access to multiple different blockchains through assets held in the protocol, but also through minting and burning. So their goal is to be one place across multiple platforms simultaneously. And they have the technology here that they're working on to do all that. Arbitrage. So this is something I've discussed in a couple other videos. AlgoMINT is well aware of this strategy, and historically speaking, this is one of the safest ways to typically make a return on an investment, is literally just finding these types of opportunities. It's not incredibly complicated. It's really ultimately just boils down to buy low, sell high. And again, not investment advice here, not financial advice, but it's just what arbitrage is. So using this aggregator, they're constantly going to be monitoring this and be able to kind of interject in different markets and things. But ultimately what that's going to do is keep markets relatively all on the same keel here, and basically just create a highly liquid platform. So there's going to be lots of activity. All these activities, even if it's a bot trading or whatever, but all these trades in things, these all generate fees, and these all generate those micro transactions that if people are doing liquidity pools, this is the reason why you're in it. You're providing liquidity to a system, earning the transaction fees. So you're not, that's what your game is if you're in that strategy there. So the Treasury, so they do talk about this. Basically, all of the fees that accumulate on the AlgoMINT protocol are basically put over into the Treasury, and the goMINT utility token is basically how that governance is going to play out. Fees collected in goMINT will remain in the Treasury until they can be liquidity pooled. Three main outcomes: it's going to remove goMINT tokens from the market, creates deeper liquidity in the goMINT token, long-term revenue through liquidity trading fees, exactly what I just said. So that is your longer-term way of doing it. How am I making this money? It's not on the asset going up. I'm making a market. The goMINT token utility. So again, this is a utility token here for governance. So AlgoMINT transitions to be a decentralized smart contract platform, and the goMINT token will become critical in governing that protocol. So this is in the future. The token holders are ranging from activities from removal of tokens into the bridge and baskets, the fee structures, treasury management, including the rewards, incentives, grants, new blockchain integrations, and partnerships. So all of those big things, who are we partnering with? Is the next one Helium? Are we doing Solana next? All of these things in the future are going to be determined from this goMINT structure here. And in summary, this is really their goal here. Over the coming months and years, AlgoMINT is striving to create interoperability that doesn't just allow the movement of assets between chains, which they're already doing with Bitcoin and Ethereum, but they're going to turn dead liquidity into value generating resource. This is through market making and those aggregators, things like that, finding arbitrage opportunities. Create asset efficiency through consolidation of like-for-like assets. These are those baskets, and deliver on effective time and pricing cross-chain swaps. So they're going to continue to be working on interoperability between different cross-chains and making that as cost-effective as possible. So this is my short and sweet dive here into the Litepaper. If you guys missed it, please like, share, subscribe if you guys found this valuable. And thank you guys so much for your time. I hope you guys all have a great day.